Mera Bharat, Rani Velu Nachiyar, the Tamil queen and freedom fighter. Dear dreamers, Rani Velu Nachiyar is undoubtedly an important icon in the history of India's fight against the British. She is hailed as Veera Mangai, meaning brave woman by the Tamils. She was the queen of Shivaganga, a small independent kingdom on the southern part of Tamil Nadu for 2 years from 1780 to 1790. Born in January 1730 as the only child of the royal couple Raja Chelamuttu Vijay Raghunatha Sethupathi and Rani Skandi Mutattal, she was given a thorough training in martial arts and warfare in childhood itself. She also mastered extraordinary scholastic abilities and proficiency in several languages, including Urdu as well as French and English. She married the Prince of Shivagangai, Muttuvadungantur Udayathevar, and the couple had a daughter named Velachi. They ruled the kingdom for 2 decades until war clouds descended on the kingdom. Her husband was killed by the British in the Kalaiyar Kovil War. Escape from Sivagangai. In 1772, along with the son of the Nawab of Arcot, the East India Company troops invaded Sivagangai. The Nawab's thirst for blood did not end with merely toppling the monarch and killing him, but he wanted to terminate the entire family. He ordered an immediate hunt for the queen and the infant princess. Rani and her daughter managed to escape with their entourage and found a safe spot in Virupachi in Dindigul. Under the sanctuary of Gopala Nayagar, she and her daughter lived for 8 years. She was single minded in meting out retribution to the aggressors at any cost. In order to get an ally in the move against the East India Company, the Queen made several rounds of talks with Hyder Ali of Mysore. He, equipped with modern weaponry, could match those of the British. Impressed by the fierce determination and zeal of Rani Velu, as well as her outstanding intellect and linguistic skills, especially her ability to fluently converse with him in Urdu, Hyder promised her his wholehearted support. Every month, Sultan gave her financial support of £400 and 5,000 infantry and cavalry troops. On top of it, he ordered her the services of one of his finest generals, Sayyid Karki. The Rani, finally ready to undertake the mission she had waited for so long, promptly launched an offensive to win back Shivaganga. With the help of resources and finances from the Sultan, Nachiyar formed an army to fight the British. Fight against the British and triumph. The timing was apt, as a great number of East India Company forces were locked in battles with Hyder Ali. She conquered territory after territory of her lost kingdom in stages until at last her forces were able to lay siege to the capital, Kalaiyar Kovil, with the Nawab's troops cooped up inside the fort. The name Kalaiyar Kovil had been derived from the highly revered Kalishwarar temple that had existed there from the Sangam period. The Nawab, however, during his 8 years of occupation of the town, had renamed it as Hussain Nagar, bolstering its fortifications with English guns. Although the trials and tribulations of her 8 year long exile, the Rani's constant companion and confidant was another remarkable woman whose name was Kuil. She was appointed as the commander in chief of the women's contingent, the Udayal army. The garrison was manned by English troops and some Indian sepoys. Coeli, the out of the box thinker, assured the queen by promising to devise a way to get the fort gate opened so that her troops can charge in, instead of waiting for the siege train to arrive and breach the fort as planned by Sayyid Karki. the veteran soldier. And she did come up with a plan in short order. It was a simple one, but daring to the extreme. The Udayal army she commanded would infiltrate the fort and open the gate from inside. Kuili volunteered to carry out a suicide attack, the first of its kind. Huili doused herself with ghee and set herself ablaze and jumped into the ammunition store, destroying all of it. Rani Velu and her army, waiting under cover outside, rose up and charged the gate as one. The garrison had no ammunition to fight with. As it happened, the havoc the explosion caused had completely unnerved them, and they fell easy prey to the Rani's vengeful army charging at them. Kuili's supreme sacrifice, the world's first suicide bombing by any reckoning, remains an iconic act of unmitigated patriotism and few parallels in India's colonial history. Rani Velu Nachiyar was duly crowned the Queen of Shivaganga, while the Nawab never again dared to make a move against Shivaganga. The company itself found it wise to leave the kingdom untouched further. Henceforth, Velu Nachiyar ruled for a decade. She named her daughter Velachi as the heir to her kingdom. At the same time, Marudu brothers, her fellow escapees from the Kalayar Kovil war, were given administrative powers as well. She constructed a mosque and church at Saragani as an act of gratitude towards Sultan Hyder Ali for his resources and allyship. She maintained a very good relationship with Hyder Ali's son, Tipu Sultan, as well. Her daughter succeeded her and ruled from 1790 to 1793. The Rani died a natural death at the age of 66, the sole Indian ruler to fight the British and survive. Memorial. A stamp was released in her remembrance on December 31st, 2008. A memorial housing a 6 feet bronze statue of the Queen is also maintained at Shivagangai.